Welcome everybody. So I'm going to show you how to add new columns to a Pandas data frame. Sometimes the interviewer may ask you this question directly, that can you please add a new column or add a set of new columns to your data frame. Sometimes in your work, when you're doing the work, you will face the situation where you will need to create one or more data frame columns. Now how to do that, I'll show you a few examples, but before that, let's formally write down what we are doing today. So in the beginning, I have imported Pandas library as PD, but I'm writing now in a text segment what we are going to show in this tutorial. So how to add one or more columns in your data frame. So that's our objective, and I'm going to tell you how to add one column in your data frame and also how to add more than one columns in your data frame. So this is the format of this tutorial. So to begin with, we will need a data frame, and I'm going to tell you that we're going to use a data frame that we're going to build from scratch. So if you do not know how to build a data frame from scratch, you can take a look at Pandas interview tutorial number 4. So we are going to use NumPy. So I'm importing NumPy library as an NP. And then our data frame is going to be df pd.dataframe. And inside that data frame, we're going to have an array. So before putting that array inside data frame, we need to set the array. So this is my array variable where I'm going to have random numbers from NumPy, random.rand, and I'm asking it, can you please create a 5x5 matrix? I created the array variable. The array variable goes inside the pd.dataframe call, and then let's take a look at the data frame itself. So our data frame has 5 rows, index 0 to 4, and 5 columns, column number 0 to 4. So that's our 5x5 size data frame. Now, so first we're going to take a look at one way of doing it, what we are trying to achieve here, which is adding new column. So let's create a single column. Let's see how we can create a single column easily in a data frame and add that column in that data frame. So first df, and I call it a square bracket method, where in the square bracket I'm going to put the new name. So this is first way of creating a column. Say the column name is A. So this is going to be my column name in my data frame. First way underscore A. This is the new column I'm going to create, and say with the default value equal to -100. We are creating this new column, and let's take a look at the data frame itself. You see that we have easily created the column first way underscore A and added that into our data frame. Just like this, just with this single line of code. We can create a second column in a similar way. So say second way, no, it's going to be our first way of doing things, and the column is going to be underscore B, and this is going to contain the default value -200. If you take a look at the data frame itself, we will have 2 new columns added. First way underscore A having the value -100 for all the rows. First way underscore B having the value -200 all the way. So you see that this is going to be a default value, but maybe you will be asked to create a column with some values that are going to be residing in a list, just for an example. So how do you do that? So say we have a list here. My list equal to, I'm going to create a list with a list comprehension from Python, I for I in range, and the range starts from 100 all the way to 1100 in the increments of 100. So let's take a look at my list as well. After executing this cell, you see that I have created a list containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 elements. and then we are going to have 100, 200, 300, 400, all the way to 1000. And with this list, if you say, if you're asked to add the values of this mylist variable and create a column in your data frame with this mylist variable, how do you do that? So one easy way to do that is df square bracket method, and then we are going to create the new variable or column there, mylist, and inside that I'm going to create put mylist. We're assigning mylist to a new column in this data frame mylist. Now if I execute this particular cell, that you see that we are getting an error, value error, length of values 10, which is the size of our mylist list here, does not match length of index 5. This is the number of rows we are having here. So what we're trying to do here, we are trying to add 10 values in this data frame where we have 5 values, 5 rows there. So that's why we're getting a mismatch of number of rows versus number of values we're going to add. So this is where we need to be very cautious and careful, where our list, if you're going to use a list and create a column from that list, then this is going to be, the dimension needs to be exactly the same. So in order to make this work, what we need to do is we need to change our range starting from 100 all the way to 600. So if I, in the increment of 100, so if I do this, then our list is going to contain 5 values, for example here, and then only we will be able to assign this to a new column, my list, and the cell gets executed. We get our data frame populated here. My list is a new column now with the values 100, 200, all the way to 500. So what we did here is we have created a column in our data frame using the values that we have inside a list. Now you see that we have taken multiple steps here. So this is one cell where we have created one column, first way underscore a equal to -100 and first way underscore b equal to -200. Can we do that in one go? Is it a possibility? Let's take a look. So we are going to actually create a subscript of our data frame, and then we are going to create 2 more columns. So this is the second way, so way number 2, second way underscore a, and we also are going to have second way underscore b. So we are going to create 2 new columns, and then what are going to be my values? Say the default is going to be -300 comma -400. So what we're doing here is we're creating 2 new columns in our data frame, second way underscore a and second way underscore b. The first column, first new column, will contain all the rows, all 5 rows will contain -300, and the second column will contain -400 for all 5 rows. And let's take a look at the data frame itself now. You see that we have successfully created 2 columns. So rather than having 2 different cells running 2 different times, if you want to create multiple columns on at the same time, this is one way of doing it. You subscript your data frame, and in this subscript you have the new column names, and then assign some values separated by comma. So all of them will be populated in each of your rows that you have in your data frame. So we will have 5 -300s here and 5 -400s for the second column. So that's one way of doing it. Now let's take a look at something interesting. So say we are going to create some new columns. This is going to be a third way of creating columns. I'm just checking whether this is a possibility or not, okay? So let's say that we're going to create columns that are based on some computations that we make from on other columns, okay? So this is going to be a derived column, for example. Can we do that? So let's see. So we have df and subscript, the square bracket method, and then we are going to use a third way underscore a column. This is the new column we're trying to create, and we're saying that okay, so we have df first way a, and we are trying to put multiplied by So we have an extra quotation mark there multiplied by 10. Is it a possibility? Can we do, can we create a derived column like this? Let's see. Yes, we're able to do that. So this is our third way underscore a, which is derived from first way underscore a, and we have multiplied that column value with 10. So first way underscore a, all the values are minus 100. If you multiply it by 10, then you get minus 1000. Yes, it is working. Now, say we have, we are planning to create another column in a similar manner, third way underscore b, and then we are saying that okay, this is going to be a derived column as well, but this is going to be the first column, df subscript or df index 0th column, and then we multiply it with 100 plus df, say third way, we are just adding that new column, third way underscore a, and then df to second way underscore b. Okay, so this is another derived column we are trying to create, which is third way underscore b. Okay, so that works as well. But you see that we have said that we can actually do the same thing with one go. But here, when we have derived a new column, we are actually creating those derived column in two different cells. Can we combine them just like this one? Okay, we're just trying to see. So in a similar manner, we are subscripting, and then third way underscore a and third way underscore b. These are the two columns we are going to create, and this is the formula that we have used to create third way underscore a, comma, this is the value that we have used to create the second. Okay, now if we run this cell, you see that this is not going to work like before, the way it worked for the default values that we set here. We subscripted the new columns, and then we had two values separated by comma. We have done the same thing here, but it's not working. So how do we make it work if this is the case? So one thing that we can do is that we can actually use df equal to df.assign. So the assign is a nice method where we are going to put the column names, the new column names, third way underscore a equal to, and then we're going to put the the formula that we have used to create third way underscore a. So this is our first column. Third way, this is our second column, third way underscore b equal to, we're going to use the second formula here. Where is it? So this is the second formula here, and yeah, let's run this cell, and it is actually working. And let's take a look at the df data frame itself. Now you see that we have third way underscore a and third way underscore b, both the columns created. So df.assign actually solves that problem. If we are going to derive a column or multiple columns to be specific, it solves the problem. And also df.assign solves all sorts of problems that we have seen so far. If you actually want to create one column or multiple columns, I believe that yes, this square bracket method works. And also sometimes if it is not derived, the subscription, the thing that we did here, subscripting the data frame, that also works. And we have default values separated by comma, that works. But if it is going to be complex, something complex, like you are trying to create data frame columns that are going to be derived, it's always a good case to use df.assign. And why not using the assign method for everything? So you can actually do it for all sorts of column creation, whether this is going to be single, multiple, or derived, or whatever. So df.assign, I think this is my preferred way of creating a new column. And that's it. So I believe if this is going to work for you, you're going to subscribe my channel, and please press like if you're liking this video. Hope to see you soon. Until the next video, have a wonderful time with Pandas. Take care.